Shalom to the elect of Israel, to the whole elect of Israel, you Hebrew Israelites, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, West Indians, and Haitians. Gotta give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. The Most High, the Heavenly Father, his Hebrew name is Yahweh. Not Yahweh, not Jehovah, not God, not Elohim, not Most High, not Lord, not Yah, not Jah, not Ahaya, not Allah, not Abba. It's Yahweh. And his only begotten son name in the Hebrew is Yahweh Shah. Not Yahshua, not Yeshua, not Jesus Christos, not Jesus Christ. Not Serapis Christos, not Yeshaya, not Yehoshua. It's Yahweh Shah. So gotta give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem Rekah Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and the bishops, elders of great millstone, who well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all Israel, whether accepted or not. In a sincere salutation to all the doctrine, pushing this truth and believing this truth with the four ends of the earth, the entire world, shedding light to the hopeful elect. Shalom to the wealth who are listening, learning. Ye few sisters who are listening, learning, coming into another lesson, true faith, and edification, another day of edification, Lord willing, this be edifying. So I title this lesson as an empire falls, poverty settles in. Now, real quick, just to make sure the volume is good. Okay. So I was watching like a little short 15-minute video that Elder Yashua posted on his channel. And I said I was gonna go into it. I had a lesson I want to do yesterday, but something was going on with the internet, and it I kind of got thrown off. But it's the spirit, because what the video that Elder Yashua put on his channel today, I was finna go into a lesson pertaining to that yesterday. But anyway, it's the spirit. So Lord wants to be edifying. So first I want to read here. This is the word. It say, what is poverty? And it's from Nuvia, Brunswick, Canada. It's Economic and Social Inclusion Corporation. Say, what is poverty? Poverty is about not having enough money to meet basic needs, including food, clothing, and shelter. However, poverty is much more than just not having enough money. The World Bank organization describes poverty in this way. Poverty is hunger. Poverty is lack of shelter. Poverty is being sick and not being able to see a doctor. Poverty is not having access to school and not knowing how to read. Poverty is not having a job. It's fear for the future, living one day at a time. Poverty has many faces, changing from place to place. And this is going to come to the elect, man, because the scripture tell you that when you read in Hebrews 11 that Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob all died, not having received the promise, but looking for it, and being strangers and pilgrims in another country. It say poverty has many faces, changing from place to place, which being a pilgrim, and across time, and has been described in many ways. Most often, poverty is a situation people want to escape, and that's why I'm gonna get the word perplexity in Luke 21, and I'm gonna read it in 2 Corinthians 4. Because people poverty is a situation people want to escape. That's why I'm finna go on some details, some depth, because it tell you in Amos 5:18 that the day of the Lord shall be as darkness and not light, as if a man did flee from a lion, and a bear met him, or went into a house and leaned him on the wall, and the serpent bit him. So they say poverty is a situation people want to escape. You will not be able to escape this. 2/3 will not be able to escape this. So poverty is a call to action for the poor and the wealthy alike. A call to change the world so that many more may have enough to eat, adequate shelter, across access to education and health, protection from violence. That's the Isaiah 4:1. When women shall say, let me be called by thy name and take away my reproach. Protection from violence and a voice in what happens in this community, in their communities, which that doesn't matter. So I just want to show this. So let me come back to me, and I'm gonna get this video that the elder showed. And he put it like it. I thought I'd open this up. He showed it. He just showed the clip, but he didn't go into it. And I'm assuming he did a lesson. I didn't go to his he put this on his Odyssey and Rumble channel. So let me pull this up. Because I said I'm gonna use one of my backup channels. If I get a strike for it, I don't give a damn. So let's play this. He titled it Witness the Slow Demise of Babylon. And I was gonna go into something similar to this yesterday.
GOP candidates for president get ready for tonight.
Then that was my fault because I should have rebooted my router. And I just got this router. It was the old router I had was outdated, so I got a new router, but I ain't think I was gonna have a problem. But then yesterday, like I was putting together my lesson, I was trying to come up with a title. And then when I went when I went to StreamYard to set my title up, my internet was acting crazy. So I just prayed to the Lord today. Then some spirit told me to reboot, hit the button and reboot the router, which I should have did yesterday. But anyway, it was the Lord. So check this out. This is a video that the elder put on his channel. It's titled Witness the Slow Demise of Babylon. U.S. from Within. Turn this volume down.
Big debate in Simi Valley. The topic on many Californians' minds is the housing crisis. So the candidates have already been slamming President Biden on this issue. Some even visiting homeless encampments around the country to make their point.
ABC's Zareen Shaw explores an encampment in the heart of San Francisco to learn more about what's driving this problem and what an expert there on the ground says needs to happen.
You do that, boss? Perfect.
In parts of San Francisco, this scene is a regular occurrence. Unhoused Americans moving street to street, like Anthony, who says he's been living in a tent for the past 3 years.
Right after COVID, it was horrible out here.
What were you doing before then?
Mostly chef work. Being in the restaurants, they shut them down. It was hard to supplement the income in the work.
And you were initially paying $1,200 for rent to share a room.
Yep.
Anthony is one of the 170,000 unhoused Californians struggling to find a permanent home. The San Francisco Department of Emergency Management telling us in a statement, unfortunately, most people either decline to engage, decline offers of shelter, or have shelter already, and we cannot compel people to come inside. But homeless advocates say the city's current 3,000 shelter bed system is not always appropriate for everyone. As of today, there are at least 350 unhoused individuals still on that wait list. Nationally, homelessness has risen to over 500,000 people. The Golden State now makes up nearly a third of the nation's homeless population. The reasons are numerous: the high cost of living from the tech boom, the economic downturn during the pandemic, and mental health crises, all adding to San Francisco's homeless population. Jennifer Friedenbach, the executive director of the Coalition of Homelessness, is one of the people working tirelessly to find Anthony and others long-term shelter. Clearly, you have politics on your mind every day.
Yeah, I mean, this is a manufactured issue, homelessness. It was created by a lack of investment.
Many across the state say they're frustrated with the growing encampments in their cities.
It looks like a junkyard on our block, and it's just not safe.
It's
appalling. It's absolutely appalling. It's not safe. It's unsanitary.
Over the summer, President Biden announcing an extra $3 billion in investment. But on the campaign trail, GOP presidential hopefuls have used the homeless crisis to slam Democratic leadership. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and former President Donald Trump investing in ads targeting California voters.
No wonder why we've had so many people move from San Francisco to Florida over the last few years.
We will ban urban camping. Violators of these bans will be arrested, but they will be given the option to accept treatment and services if they're willing to be rehabilitated. Many of them don't want that.
Friedenbach says this essentially criminalizes the homeless. What are the top 3 things the federal government can do in this moment?
The federal government can quickly invest in housing vouchers. The federal government needs to invest in prevention so that there's short, medium, and long-term housing subsidies when there's a catastrophic health issue or a loss of job or something like that is happening. Having those prevention dollars is key. And thirdly, I'd say is a huge thing is an investment in behavioral health.
Some of the solutions are already happening on the streets, just not fast enough for either party. During the end of our time with Anthony, he was offered a place to stay that would get him off the street. But there are still thousands of people tonight, still on California streets, looking for a place they can call a permanent home. Zoreen Shah, ABC News, Los Angeles.
A pregame town hall in South Philly tonight. Police opening the door for neighbors to ask them questions and to tell them what's on their mind.
Some in the community say they're dealing with a problem that's impacting their quality of life. Steve, what's going on?
Yeah, it was a surprising issue for me that I didn't know about till I was at this meeting. Now, traditionally, for years and even decades, South Philadelphians have found free, safe parking right under I-95 for miles. But now, suddenly, so have a few other people.
An absolute mess. An absolute mess.
South Philadelphia residents came out tonight to tell police and public officials about a different kind of tailgating going on right under their noses and right under I-95. People living in broken down cars and even in Winnebagos now parked along Front Street. We saw cars with all their windows covered from the inside. One car even with a gas can next to the driver's door, a bucket next to the passenger door, and a generator on its roof.
People living in cars, they cook with barbecues, everything. People with generators on the roof living in the car, what are they generating in there? Is it heat? That's dangerous if they've got a small heater in there. I mean, it's a quality of life issue for us, and it's a quality of life issue for the people who are living there.
I understand that we need to have social services involved, but we have rights too. And it comes to a point where if you're going to go out to somebody 20 times and ask them to relocate, and then you're going to tell me we can't do anything, well, you can't do anything.
The area generally gets run down as a result of people living in those cars because they don't have the ability to go anywhere else, either to use the facilities or to put their garbage somewhere that'll be picked up responsibly. And I think this just multiplies the issue.
We know that it's illegal to live in a vehicle, and I think what we're trying to do is engage them with homeless services, offering them help. If they do not take those services, they need to move on, right? We need to move on. We can't have them under 95 living there.
Well, no one in any of the cars living in these places under I-95 came out of those cars to talk to us tonight, including whoever's living in that Chrysler 200 over there with the flat tires, the front and back end smashed, and that generator up on the roof right across the street from both Target and the Acme here in South Philly. Sheba, Jason?
Yeah, I know exactly where that is, Steve. So what happens now?
Well, it's hard to feel sorry for the people living with the folks in the cars or the people actually living in the cars. Who do you feel sorry for more, or do you feel sorry for them both at the same time? And that is the city's dilemma right now. They've got to answer to these residents, and they've also got to go to these people and say, as you heard Mark Squilla, the councilman, say, you go to them and you offer these services, and if they say no, and they keep saying no, well, then you have to remove them somehow, and that's what the residents want to do.
Time with rates soaring, you may say, I can't afford to buy a house. I'm going to rent something, maybe your next house or apartment. So depending on where you live, there are some options still out there. Let's say you can afford $800 a month in rent. Here are some options we found for you. You can snag this pretty charming 2-bedroom apartment in St. Louis, my mom's hometown. There you go. Or this warm one-bedroom in San Antonio, or a one-bedroom in Phoenix, $800 a month. But if you're looking to spend $800 a month in many California cities, good luck. But there is an option out there, a new one. It's called Brownstone Shared Housing. It's a startup. They're converting homes and even office space in California into shared living. You can rent a sleeping pod that is roughly 3.5 feet tall or wide, 4 feet tall, and 6.5 feet in length. In addition to the bed pods, you share a bathroom, common area, and storage lockers. So what does one of these pods cost? Well, they've got a location in Bakersfield, California. That's the most affordable, about $500 a month. San Francisco, $700 a month. And in Palo Alto, $900 a month. But by the way, a one-bedroom apartment in Palo Alto is probably like $8,000 to $10,000.
That's madness, man.
Can I show this on camera? Is that okay?
And that was completely healed.
Thank you.
It wasn't.
That's the xylazine doing that.
Yes. Yeah.
These open wounds are caused by a drug called xylazine, known by its street name, Trank. The new drug is ravaging the streets of Kensington, a neighborhood in Philadelphia.
Like a couple years ago, we was going into heavy, dealing with these Edomites. There's an epidemic on opioids. There's an epidemic. Tell me with the Edomites now. Opioids, suicide, and they are dying faster than they can be born. They are dying faster than they can reproduce. We used to go into this a lot, 2, 3 years ago. This is dealing with the Edomites. Epidemic on suicide, ODing, and they are dying off faster than they can reproduce.
One of the most widely used drugs in this neighborhood is the painkiller fentanyl. In 2021, it contributed to 70% of overdose deaths in Philadelphia. The city's drug crisis has been exacerbated by the arrival of Trank. The drug is an animal tranquilizer not meant for human use, and it's dangerous. Jeffrey Weeks is a former heroin user. Now he drives around Kensington to talk to users of Trank. He shares his interviews with them on his YouTube channel, where he follows their journeys over time.
When I got sober in April of 2016, I completely ignored Kensington and the drug scene in Philadelphia. And I went down there, and it blew my mind. It shocked me what I saw. When I first started the channel down there, I thought it was fentanyl doing all this, making everyone nod out and sleep and all that. And as I started talking to people, I realized it's this cheap animal tranquilizer called xylazine that they're cutting into the drug supply. It's cheap, and it feels good, the high. It's in all the drugs supply in Philadelphia, and it's causing sores. And that's the real problem. I would say about 80% of the people down there do have these sores on their bodies. So, and there's 2 rehabs right now that can take people with sores, and so they only have a certain amount of beds. If someone wants to get clean or get off the streets and they have those sores, that there might not even be an option to help them now.
Jeffrey's channel, launched in November, has already allowed dozens of people suffering from addiction to share their stories. But one Trank victim, whom he met last January, has particularly touched him.
Her name is Kelsey. She had to get a skin graft put over the sores. The hospital just released her back on the streets a couple of days ago, and it gets frustrating. Like, she needs to be in a hospital. There's another lady named Kim who had 4 of her fingers amputated because of the Trank. There's another lady, Jess, her leg. It's one of the most shocking pictures you'll ever see in your life.
In July, the YouTuber came across a young woman passed out in the street. She was in the middle of an overdose.
Sitting here, this girl just overdosed. I just walked up on her. She's just laying here. Her friends just left her here.
That time I was just driving down the street, and I saw a group of people, and there was a lady laying on the ground, and then I saw like the 3 other girls like walking off. They were like, "We think she's overdosed," and I'm like, why would you just walk away?
To help the young woman, Weeks used naloxone or Narcan, an overdose-stopping drug. He always keeps a supply in his car at the ready when he's driving around Kensington.
So I ran back to my car and I got Narcan, and then I started doing, mouth to mouth and chest compression, and she started breathing again. She woke up about 30 seconds later.
But not everyone is so lucky. In 2021, Philadelphia recorded 1,276 overdose deaths. That is the highest figure in 10 years.
Edomite.
So the only way the U.S. can fail, and this is not my my analysis. This was made by presidents before, by U.S. presidents before.
Listen.
The demise of the U.S. has to come from within. Right? The enemies have to be inside, not really outside. No external enemy can cause so much damage as internal. It's an internal operation. When you're watching internal operations here, you can see them in cities that were pristinely beautiful 30 years ago are wastelands right now. You would see people, I'm from El Salvador, a third world country in Central America. And myself, I can see cities here and say, I want to live here. So that would be unthinkable 3 decades ago. Totally unthinkable. That a Salvadoran wouldn't want to live in a U.S. city, in a U.S. main city. Los Angeles, San
New York,
Francisco,
Chicago. Yeah.
Well, Philadelphia, Baltimore. When you look,
See, let me play this again, because this is beautiful, man. And when you read in Micah 2, matter of fact, let me get this real quick. I want to go back a few ticks on this. Right when this guy started speaking, because this is something that Yahweh Shema Bashar is doing. Now, when you go to Isaiah 3:1, the Lord said He's gonna break the stay and the staff, the whole stay of bread and the whole stay of water to Israel. This is about the Lord made the world for Israel's sake, man. And 2/3 have to die grievous deaths. It tell you in Lamentations 4 that Jake is going to pine away, stricken through for once of the fruits of the field, man. The Lord is doing this for Israel's sake. Let me read this. See, now I lost my... Well, what was I finna go at? I got to slow down. Because what this guy is telling you... Let me get this. I forgot where I was finna go. Let me replay this. Because what this guy is saying, this is from within. This is the Lord using the Edomites to destroy 2/3 of Jake. That's what this is about. Let me play this again.
this is not my my analysis. This was made by presidents before, by U.S. presidents before. The demise of the U.S. has
See, that's the least he can say. It was made by the presidents. No, the presidents is just puppies. Oh, Kala Yabashima Shah. Let me get it real quick before I forget again. So in Amos 7:17, it reads, "Therefore, thus saith Yahweh, thy wife shall be an harlot in the city," which when you pull up on a woman, most of the time, they ain't no virgin when you meet them. But this is a part of the curses. It say, "Thy wife shall be a harlot in the city." And you got brothers married to women, and they cheat on them. "Thy wife shall be an harlot in the city, and thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword." You got Trayvon Martin, Mike Brown, Eric Garner. You got Breonna Taylor. These are sons and daughters that's getting chopped down by the sword. "Thy wife shall be an harlot in the city, thy sons and thy daughters shall fall by the sword, and thy land shall be divided by line." What is that talking about? Well, we got Edomites and Arabs and Elamites in our land. right? Edomites, Arabs fighting over the land that's not theirs. The Lord said, our land shall be divided by line, and thou shalt die in a polluted land. This is the point I want to make. And Israel shall go surely into captivity, the fourth of his land. So it says, and thou shalt die in a polluted land. So let's read this. Micah 2:10. Arise ye and depart, for this is not your rest, because it is polluted. It shall destroy you even with a sore destruction. So let's listen again. We live in a polluted land, but who's controlling these things that's going on? The elites fund both sides. The elites funds both sides.
This is not my this is not my my analysis. This this was made by presidents before, by U.S. presidents before. The demise of the U.S. has to come from within. Right? The enemies have to be inside, not really outside. No external enemy can cause so much damage as internal. It's an internal operation. When you're watching internal operations here, you can see them in cities that were pristinely beautiful 30 years ago are wastelands right now. You would see people, I mean, I'm from El Salvador, a third world country in Central America. And myself, I can see cities here and say, I want to live here. So that would be unthinkable 3 decades ago. Totally.
Exactly. And when you go back to Obadiah 1, Yahweh said, when Esau shall set his nest amongst the stars, thence will he bring them down. We see in every week, there are more homeless people downtown Babylon, Orlando than last week, man. Now we seeing, when I say the last few months, we are seeing Jake and their woman laying on the ground, man, covered up, man. Jake and their woman, Edomites and their women on the ground. Why? How is it possible? And I say it every week, and I am going to continue to say this until the Lord says stop. How is it possible that they're homeless white peoples in America when they own the resources? He heard him say 30 years ago, the cities was beautiful. America was the land of the free, home of the brave, paved with gold. You can come over here and just flourish. How is it possible there are homeless peoples in America, man? Well, Yahweh Shema Shai is destroying the last empire of the so-called white man. It wasn't no homeless people in the 70s, man. In the 80s, in the 60s, and the 50s. Not homeless people. It wasn't no homeless white people in America, man.
Unthinkable that a Salvadoran would.
Hold on. I'm finna let it run. This is just facts, man. When I saw Eddie just want to put this up, I said, it ties into the lesson I was going to go into yesterday.
This is not my my analysis. This was made by president.
He said this is not his analysis. Well, the Lord said in 2nd Ezra, 6:20, the books shall be opened before the firmament, and they shall see all together. Everybody see America is coming in a third world country, man.
Before, by U.S. presidents before. The demise of the U.S. has to come from within. Right? The enemies have to be inside, not really outside. No external enemy can cause so much damage as internal. It's an internal operation. When you're watching internal operations here, you can see them in cities that were pristinely beautiful 30 years ago are wastelands right now. You would see people, I mean, I'm from El Salvador, a third world country in Central America. And myself, I can see cities here and say, I want to live here. So that would be unthinkable 3 decades ago. Totally unthinkable. That a Salvadoran wouldn't want to live in a U.S. city, in a U.S. main city. I mean, Los Angeles, San
New York,
Francisco,
Chicago. Yeah.
well, Philadelphia, Baltimore. When you look how the cities are eroding so fast, this has to be by design. I mean, who would make so many stupid decisions? Like, okay, we're gonna give you money for drugs. Really, they're doing that. In some cities, they're giving people drugs.
Hold on. You heard what he said? This has to be done by design. Let's go back a few ticks.
Unthinkable 3 decades ago. Totally unthinkable. That a Salvadoran wouldn't want to live in a U.S. city, in a U.S. main city. I mean, Los Angeles, San
New York,
Francisco,
Chicago. Yeah.
well, Philadelphia, Baltimore. When you look how the cities are eroding so fast, this has to be by design. I mean, who
It had to be by design, man. And it is. First and foremost, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, through his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shah, using these Edomites, man, and this to destroy 2/3 of Jake. This ain't about heathens. This is about 2/3 of Jake, man, being destroyed. Because these are the ones that said, crucify him and let his blood be on us and our children. This is about the Lord showing power. When you read in Job, right? Job represented the elect going through trials and tribulations, adversities and afflictions and overcoming them. That's what Job represented. Job was a representative of the elect going through these four things. And they tell you in 2 Corinthians, that's why I'm making this point. In 2 Corinthians 4, the Lord said we are troubled on every side. Every side consists of east, west, north, and south. So trials, tribulations, adversities, and afflictions. Job went through all of those and overcame it. This, you can liken this to a bet that the Lord made with the spiritual demon Satan. And it's not a bet. The Lord is showing the spiritual demon Satan that he has men on earth and women that would not bow to the knee of Baal, man. This is the Lord showing the spiritual demon Satan and his minions, the Edomites, the so-called white man, that I got 1/3 of my people that will not bow to you, that will not bend, nor break, nor fold. That's what this is about, man. The Lord showing his power in the earth through mortal men, allegedly in these bodies, because the Israelites is not mortal. We just in mortal bodies. But this is by design. And call out Yahweh Shema Shah, because it tell you in Proverbs 3 and 11, the Lord, those who the Lord love, he chasteneth, man. Let's listen. Hold on. Few ticks.
this has to be by design. I mean, who would make so many stupid decisions? Like, okay, we're gonna give you money for drugs. Really, they're doing that. In some cities, they're giving people drugs. I mean, they're literally giving people drugs in some U.S. cities. Or they say, okay, we're gonna give you money if you don't work. Or we're gonna, they make all of these laws that make no sense. Or if they have a high crime, okay, I have a solution. Let's defund the police, right? They make this analysis here. And you see all these campaigns, defund the police. You'll see these campaigns of, let's allow shoplifting up to this amount. They make these decisions openly. I mean, it's not even a secret. They make it. They made them. They make them
Let
openly.
me play this one more time. One more time, Salakia. And I'm gonna get these precepts. Bear with me.
I mean, who would make so many stupid decisions? Like, okay, we're gonna give you money for drugs.
Hold on. I ain't go back far enough. I want to hear this again.
This has to be by design. I mean, who would make so many stupid decisions? Like, okay, we're gonna give you money for drugs. Really, they're doing that. In some cities, they're giving people drugs. I mean, they're literally giving people drugs in some U.S. cities. Or they say, okay, we're gonna give you money if you don't work. Or we're gonna, they make all of these laws that make no sense. Or if
See, they make all these laws that make no sense. That's Psalms 94:20, which reads, "Shall a fellow of iniquity?" Matter of fact, let me read it. I don't want to misquote it. Let's read it. Let's read it. Psalms. See, the truth is out, man. The Lord said in Jeremiah 49:7, Jeremiah 49:10, that He will make Esau bare, man. He's been made bare. Psalm 49:20. Shall the throne of iniquity? Who's in rulership right now? The so-called white man. This is his throne. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee? No. In 1 Corinthians 10:20, with that 1 Corinthians 10:21, it said you can't drink the cup of the Lord and the cup of devils. You can't eat from the Lord's table and from the table of demons. Right? Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by law? Let's play him what he say again. One more time.
Or they say, okay, we're gonna give you money if you don't work. Or we're gonna, they make all of these laws.
Isaiah. You can't make this up, man. Isaiah 10:1. Woe to him that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed. Hold on, I got one more. Wisdom of Solomon 2 was that 14. What do they say? Wisdom of Solomon 2 and right here, 11. Let our strength be the law of justice. For that which is feeble is found to be nothing worth. Let our strength be the law of justice. See, it's what they say. One more time.
They make all of these laws that make no sense. Or if they have a high crime,
It said that make no sense, right? In Ecclesiastes, 2 Ezra chapter 9 and 18. Here's another one. It reads, and now when I prepared the world, which was not yet made, even for them to dwell in, now live, no man spake against me. For then everyone obeyed, but now the manners of them which are created in this world, Israelites, that is made, are corrupted by who, Lord? A perpetual seed, and by a law which is unsearchable. Rid themselves. The laws of the so-called white man is unsearchable. You can't find it in the Bible. So what he just said, more facts, man. Let's play it again.
They make all of these laws that make no sense. Or
why does it make no sense? Because it said right here, and by a law which is unsearchable, rid themselves. They made them up, man. Woe to him that decree unrighteous decrees. Laws unsearchable, man. That's why these bastards gotta go. And we are watching that kingdom fall from within.
Or if they have a high crime, okay, I have a solution. Let's defund the police, right? They make this analysis.
Problem, reaction, solution. Right? Order of KO. This is all pre-planned. He's giving it to you straight skinny.
Here. And you see all these campaigns, defund the police. You will see these campaigns of, let's allow shoplifting up to this amount. They make these decisions openly. I mean, it's not even secret. They make
What they call that? Hey, Esau is a bastard, man. This nigga's a demon. Because if it's under 500, they call it petty theft. But then if it's 500 plus, that's grand theft. What? Nigga, if you steal something, your ass gonna get put to death, man. Hand cut off, something. But Esau like, no. See, this is him being exposed. And the Lord said it was gonna happen in the last days.
They made them. They make them openly. And we all know what would be the consequence of it.
Making a point, right? When you go to these people that's doing all this scamming, right? You can go to Amazon and get you a scammer, man. So you got scammers that's putting these scammers on these different gas pumps, different things. I did a lesson on this about a year or two ago. Last year, it was last year. They was putting a food stamp scammer over the original scammers that's at the stores, man. So when you swipe your stamps or your card, your credit card, debit card, or food stamp card, the money was going into these people's account because they got the scammer set up. They sell these legally. You can buy them. They showed you in the movie. I mentioned this before. What's this movie? With Bruce Willis and the young boy. It was called Die Hard something. But he was telling them, because they shut down Social Security building, the lights, they shut down all electricity, they shut down everything. He said, man, this is a fire sale. And they were like, what's a fire sale? They shut down everything, man. You don't think these bastards know who these niggas that commit fraud, these niggas that be taking millions out of people's accounts, thousands of dollars. Esau, the guy said in the movie, they know about every person that do this, man. They set them up. It's called problem, reaction, solution. Esau set these peoples up, man. Order of KO, man. Let me get these precepts. Oh, I also want to show this too. Now, before I do that, let me close that. And go back to this again. Because it's Jacob's trouble. It's about Jacob's trouble. The Edomites, the Elamites, the Arabs, these Ishmaelites, these Ammon and Moab, Ham. This is Jacob's trouble. Now, what is poverty? Poverty is about not having enough money to meet basic needs, including food, clothing, and shelter. However, poverty is much more than just not having enough money. Poverty is hunger. This is from the World Bank Organization describes poverty in this way. Poverty is hunger. Poverty is lack of shelter. Poverty is being sick and not being able to see a doctor. Poverty is not having access to school and not knowing how to read. Poverty is not having a job. It's fear for the future, living one day at a time. Poverty has many faces. This is what I want to point out. Changing from place to place and across time, and has been described in many ways. Most often, poverty is a situation people want to escape. I'm going to get the word perplexity. Because to tell you the word perplexity, there will be no way to escape for 2/3. So poverty is a call to action for the poor and the wealthy alike, a call to change the world so that many more may have enough to eat, adequate shelter, access to education and health, protection from violence. The women out there, Isaiah 4:1. Let me be called by that name to take away my reproach. Protection from violence and a voice in what happens in the communities. Now, let me go to pull this up. And I'm doing this on my backup channel. Because when I saw Elder Yashua, I'm going to put this. He played that on his channel, but I'm sure he got a lesson on it. I might go check it out. But he put up his channel to BitChute and not BitChute, Odyssey and Rumble. So I'm assuming he didn't he did a lesson on it, but on his backup on the other channels. So I said, let me use my backup, because I often do this on my main channel, and I just came off Stripe. So I said, let me use this on my backup channel. Let me get this. Because it said, I'm going to read that again. Let me pull this up first before I forget. 2 Corinthians. I'm going to get this word perplexity. Because 2/3, see, Jay don't know what's going on, man. They don't know what's going on. But they are about to find out. Hey, and I ain't trying, and as I did a lesson about a month ago, when my AC fan went out, one of them, I replaced it. Then I replaced the fan, rolled up the windows, my window went out. My motor and my window went out, man. So I'm like, I couldn't, like, you can't, it's like man-made shit break, man. We can't get mad at the so-called white man. And as the years turn, they make things to get weaker and weaker. They make things to break quicker so you can spend more money because they run out of options. Like they trying to drain the life out of you, man. They trying to drain everything from out of everything. Things used to last longer back in the 90s. Now, this is how Esau making things now to break more faster so you can spend more money. Goes into them just like the medicine. If a person did heal from the medicines that the so-called white man sell from his pills, who would get sick? If they healed you for diabetes, high blood pressure, whatever it is, whatever symptom you got, whatever disease it is that you have, if you take pills and they heal you, how would they make money? They make money off you staying sick. Same thing with their cars, the parts, whatever you buy. New refrigerators, everybody want all this new refrigerator with you, touchscreen refrigerators and deep freezer. Listen, they make money off of things breaking. Your alternator, your starter, your fan belts, your belts popping, fan, whatever it is. They making it where it gotta break, man. Because they don't make money off not selling pills. They don't make money off having all these auto zones and discount autos and advanced autos and O'Reilly's, and they ain't making money. 4 or 5 different companies for you to go get parts from. They just supposed to sit there and the parts just supposed to sit on the shelves and get old. No, this is how Esau make money, and he's doing this because they are running out of time. So they are sucking the life out of America, out of the world. Period. Esau Edom is a damn leech. He's sucking the life. And this is their last hurrah, man. So they got her, as I tell you in James 5, they have heat treads together for the last days. So they got a whole bunch of pipes running under the grounds. They're just sucking the life out of the earth, man. They draining the people for everything. That's why I say in Daniel 7, they shall wear out the saints, man. So he's killing his own people. He don't care about his own people, man. He don't give a damn, man. In 2 Corinthians 4, it reads, we are troubled on every side. There's trials and tribulations, adversities and afflictions. And it tell you in Acts 14 and 22, through much tribulation shall the elect enter into the kingdom of heaven, man. We are troubled on every side, yet not distressed. Let's get this word distressed. Let's go into these words. Yet not distressed. We troubled on every side, but yet not distressed, right?
Strong's G 4729, stenachoreo. Stenachoreo.
It say distress. It say to be in a narrow place, to straighten and compress, cramp, reduce to straits, to be solely straightened in the spirit. We are distressed on it. We are troubled on every side, but not distressed, right? It say we are perplexed, but not in despair. Let's get the word despair. I'm going to go to the word perplexed, making a point, showing you how we are not this.
Strong's
right?
G 1820, exapareo. Exapareo.
See what it say? We are perplexed, but not in despair. Despair means to be utterly at loss, to utterly destitute of measure of resources. And damn it, we got resources. Matthew 4:4. Job 23:12. Job say, I have esteemed the words of his mouth more than my necessary food. So to be at despair, say to be utterly at loss, to utterly detest or measures of or resources, to renounce all hope, be in despair. And we got hope, man. Call out Yahabashim Mabashah, man. Let's go back. It say we are troubled on every side, but not distressed. Distressed to be at a loss, right? To be cramped. We are perplexed, but not in despair, right? Now, here's the word perplexed. See, this is happening. The Lord got this happening right now, man. And this ain't
Strong's
you,
G 639,
the hopefully.
apareo. Apareo.
Apareo. It say to be without resources, to be in straits, to be left wanting, to be embarrassed, to be in doubt, not to know which way to turn, to be at a loss with one's self, be in doubt, not to know how to decide or what to do. You know, we constantly tell these women, you're going to have a spiritual man to give you guidance. And those of you that don't have a man at the moment, listen, if you of the elect in that time, you will be covered. Don't worry. Don't stress yourself out. Long as you're doing what Yahweh Shema Shah needs you to do right now, while you are given liberty to seek the Lord, don't worry about the time of Jacob's trouble. Because if you of the elect, you will be covered until the Lord gets you to a brother. Strong definition. To have no way out. Be at loss mentally. See? So in this article, it said, I just want to read this point. It said, poverty has many faces, changing from place to place and across time. Place to place, going from one place to another. And it has been described in many ways. Most often, poverty is a situation people want to escape. So right here, it say to be without resources, to be in straits, to be left wanting, to be embarrassed, to be in doubt, not to know which way to turn, to be at a loss, not to know how to decide or what to do, to have no way out. There is no escape. Let's go back. In Isaiah 3:1. Ain't gonna be no way to escape, man. Because the escape is now. Seeking Yahweh Shema Mashah now is the way to escape. Isaiah 3:1. For behold, the Lord, Yahweh of hosts, doeth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and the staff, the whole stay of bread, and the whole stay of water. And I can get at least 4 or 5 more precepts dealing with this. Ezekiel 4, Ezekiel 5, Ezekiel 14, Jeremiah 15. Listen, the Lord is bringing 4 sword judgments, man. And famine is a major part of it. Major. Also, let me get this. I was get the one in Luke. That's what I was going to do. Luke 21 and 25. The word perplexed. Now, that said perplexed in 2 Corinthians 4 and 8. This say perplexity, which is the same. Let's go to it. It reads, and there shall be signs in the sun and in the moon and in the stars and upon the earth, distress of nations with perplexity. Now this word perplexity, because in 2 Corinthians 4 and 8 it said perplexed. Same word.
Strong's G 640. Aparia. Aparia.
It's a state. Let's go to this G639. See, this you got to open it up and then go to the same word, which is in 2 Corinthians 4 and 8. See, to be without resources, to be in straits, to be left wanting, to be embarrassed, to be in doubt, not to know which way to turn. Same one. See, to have no way out. This is coming because the Lord is taking away the comfort of 2/3 of Jake. I also want to go to Amos 6 and 3. It reads, this kingdom is falling, man. This place is falling, man. So this is Amos 6 and 3. Ye that put far away the evil day and cause the seat of violence to come near, that lie upon beds of ivory and stretch themselves upon their couches and eat the lambs out of the flock and calves out of the midst of the stall, that chant to the sound of viol and invent to themselves instruments of music like David. They drink wine in bowls and anoint themselves with the chief ointments. They got access to the best, but they are not grieved for the affliction of Joseph. Joseph, which is the northern kingdom. But you got a lot of slow-bellied, dumbass niggas talk about all 12 tribes is black. But from 4 down to 6, these are the ones that living comfortable, man. They are living comfortable. That's the point of this. From Amos 6 and 4 to 6, they are living comfortable. So in Isaiah 3, the Lord say he's going to take away the stay in the staff, the whole stay of bread, and the whole stay of water, because 2/3, man, they ain't going to change. In that video, it's showing you there's homeless problem all over America, man. Well, you know what? Remember when we was dry bones in Ezekiel 37? And the Lord gave us the water. The Lord gave us the water, man. He fed us. This is James 2 and 15. It reads, if a brother or sister be naked, it is talking about being spiritually naked and destitute of daily food, and one of you say unto them, so like, depart in peace, be ye warmed and filled, notwithstanding, ye give them not those things which are needful to the body, what doeth it profit? What's needful for the body, man? This is a spiritual meal. This is a spiritual war, man. This is a spiritual war. And this is about feeding Jake spiritually, man. This ain't by having no damn weapons, man. Jake always want to pull up with some damn carnal weapons. This is spiritual, man. If a brother or sister be naked and destitute of daily food, and one of you say unto them, depart in peace, be ye warned and filled. Like it's saying, that's that Jeremiah 14, 13 through 16. Notwithstanding, ye give them not those things which are needful to the body. The body is the body of the remnant, man. We are feeding the sheep with sound doctrine, man. This is about the ministry, edifying of the body. What doeth it profit? So, man, let me get this. Man, the Lord, the judgment that's coming to America, which is now a third world country, man. I want to show these articles. I got a couple more precepts, but I want to show this. Let me get this first because let me show this. And I was going to bring this out yesterday, but everything happened for a reason. Now, this is one of the articles that I had to send it myself because I've been seeing a lot of articles. Now, this say, and I'm finna even go into the reading. I just want to show you the title. It say, this is from BRICS. China completes first international oil deal in digital yuan. You see it? What this mean? There wasn't a fucking US dollar used in this. It wasn't no petrol used in this. China completes first international oil deal in digital yuan. You see it? Hold on. Let me get this one. America is through, man. Saudi Arabia is doing deals outside of Babylon the Great. Here's a note I saw yesterday. This say, make sure it's sharing. This say dollar falls as treasury yields retreat. So now I want to go to Job. This is Job 24 and 23. It reads, this man's kingdom is through. Now, yesterday in the news, as Elder White always go into, yesterday in the news, and man, that's why I was finna go into this yesterday, but these belts, man, my internet was acting jack, and I wasn't thinking about going to the router. Anyway, I was watching the news, and they say news from Ashdod, Israel, from a bastard. News from Ashdod, Israel. And I thought about that. I thought about that Zephaniah 1, man. When they say a bastard shall dwell in Ashdod, because they was going into what's going on, and they say Gaza is about 5,000. They also said third aid convoy to Gaza, food, water, and medicine. They were sending water, food, water, and medicine into Gaza. They said 5,000 dead plus, man, over there in Gaza, man. I was going to bring this out yesterday because I was watching the news. So See, every time I put up these articles, man, we on the backup channel, man. Every time I put up these articles, man, Esau always mess with me, man. It's okay. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm done. I'm done for the day with that. See, this the backup channel, man. Esau fucking with my backup channel, man. Esau fucking with the backup channel, man. And that article, man, dollar falls, man. The dollar is falling, man. Them bastards is hurt. I ain't never had no problem on the backup channel. Now you fucking with the backup channel? Anyway, call out y'all about Shema Shah, man. These bastard kingdom is through, man. It's done. We just waiting for the elect to get sealed, man. Job 24 and 23. Do it be given him to be in safety, whereon he resteth, yet his eyes are upon their ways. They are exalted for a little while, but are gone and brought low. They are taken out of the way as all other, and cut off as the tops of the ears of corn. And if it be not so, who shall make me a liar and make my speech nothing worth? Esau is through. This bastard is hurt. Lord is edifying. Got to give all praise, honor, and glory to you. Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushua, Bahashem, Rikah, Kodash. The bonus to the apostles and elder bishops and elders of great millstone who rule well, who teach well, who are the apostles and elders of all of Israel, whether accepted or not. In the sincere salutation taught or Akim, pushing his truth and believing his truth to the 4 minutes of the earth, the entire world, shedding light to the whole elect. Shalom to the wealth who are listening and learning. Give you sisters who are listening and learning. To all for tuning in. May Yahweh Shema shall continue to bless you in your houses. Stay prayed up. May the blessing of election be upon your house. Until next time, I'll say Shalom. Hey, I'll be back on my main channel with a lesson, Lord willing, in about an hour or so. Lord willing. Esau hurt, man. These niggas on my backup channel messing with me, man. Because of articles. But then you got slow better niggas talking about GMS use articles. The Lord established the World Wide Web, which is a unicorn in Job 39, for GMS to use articles, man. To show the world that it's the Edomites that's talking against the elites. He didn't want to say it, but he said it. We all heard what he said. He said America's being destroyed from within. He said it's designed by who? Those who fund both sides of the war. Your Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the Oppenheimers, the DuPonts, the Gettys, the Vanderbilts, the Waltons. Yeah, it's them, man. And the Lord have made them bare. They have been exposed. And as it said in Habakkuk 2, Habakkuk 3, the Lord said his foreskin shall be uncovered. Now we see Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, got a turtleneck. This nigga got a turtleneck. He got a turtleneck, and this nigga wearing thongs. Shalom. Wa abab.